Hey, Rick Pino here. I am so excited about what Rick Warzwak and Transformation Michigan are doing in the state of Michigan right now. They're raising up these tent pegs in David's tabernacle, day and night worship and prayer that they're pressing for. You know, in Amos chapter 9, verse 1 through 10, the nation is in crisis. The people have turned their backs on God, and they've literally become so numb that they can't even discern that the judgments of God are about to be released against them if something doesn't change. All of a sudden, God gives them a 911 emergency answer. Amos 911, Amos 9:11 says, "In that day, I will rebuild the tabernacle of David, which has fallen down. In the day where the hearts are growing cold, in the day where the people have left their first love, in that day, God is going to begin to reestablish day and night prayer and worship all over the globe." And I'm just so excited that the hand of God and the eyes of the Lord are on the state of Michigan right now. You know, about a month ago, my wife and I were in Herrnhut, Germany, where Nicholas Ludwig von Zinzendorf and the Moravians had their 100-year prayer meeting. It was so incredible to be in the actual town where they had this 100-year day and night prayer meeting. Many people think that they just did it all in the same room, and as awesome as that is, actually what happened is many men and women just decided to take an hour here, 2 hours there, and they'd go to the woods, or they'd go to their prayer rooms in their houses, or wherever that the Lord would lead them. They would just build the altar right there where they were at, and that's out of Leviticus chapter 6. That's where they had the fire shall be on the altar; it shall never go out. And over time and over the presence of God just expanding over the people, it began to grow into this incredible community. And I believe that God wants to do this in Michigan. You know, Herrnhut now, even just being there a month ago, it's one of the most peaceful places. Even 288 years later, it's one of the most peaceful places I've ever been to. It's gorgeous. The spiritual climate is open, all because a band of people chose to come together in the place of covenant and raise up these tent pegs of prayer and worship for 100 years. What would happen to the state of Michigan if houses of prayer, churches, worship teams, old intercessors, young intercessors, men and women all across the board begin to raise up these tent pegs to band together? I believe it would literally change the spiritual climate over the state. And even as the Moravians, as they pursued this type of presence and atmosphere through day and night worship and prayer for 100 years, it launched the greatest missions movement of their day. I mean, nothing had ever been seen before like it. They were willing to sell themselves into slavery to see the gospel go forth. And God wants to do that again in Michigan. He wants to release the arrows of deliverance from the bow of day and night worship and prayer. So the state of Michigan, the state like the hand, I just declare, even as Elijah was praying and gave birth to this cloud that came, from the place of prayer, gave birth to this cloud that rose out of the sea, that God would do it again, that the hand of the Lord would be released through the state of Michigan, and that the rains of revival and reformation would fall again. So I'm just so excited. Again, check out Rick Warzwak, Transformation Michigan. Thank you, guys.